Hello friends, my name is Dante, and I think we can all agree, Ashley is completely useless. She can't do anything right, all she ever does is cower and scream for Leon's help, and really, she shouldn't have even been born. She was a mistake to humanity. I mean, goddamn, she can't even go 7 seconds without getting kidnapped. I'm constantly tempted to put on my Thanos glove and bitch slap her to another dimension. But today, I had faith. Today, I rejoiced. And I believed that with the powers of God and anime on her side, Ashley could impress me and finally earn my respect. So, can Ashley kill the Knights in Resident Evil 4? Let's find out, baby. When I defeated the Vertigo and the Chainsaw guy a couple months back with just a door, a few of you sweet honeys in the comments asked me if it was possible to do the same thing to the Knights, the Armaduras, as Ashley. That was laughable to me. I just thought there was no possible way this would ever work. Ashley has no access to weapons throughout her mini-adventure, not counting the little fire lanterns of course, and she's really meant to just run away from her foes. But there was one unknown weapon available to me. One weapon to rule them all. That was a promising solution to the Knight dilemma. The single wooden door. And you know what the cool thing is about wooden doors in Resident Evil 4? You press a button to activate them. Kind of like the like button on this video. Clicking the like button really helps out my videos with the YouTube algorithm, tremendously helps my channel to get found, and generally just supports me in a big way. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving that like button a little tap and giving that like button a little slap, I'll be forever grateful and I really appreciate it. Now getting back into the video, before I spent an unnecessarily long time trying to door slam these Knights like I was just another typical competitor in WWE.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
I decided I'd go into big brain mode, put on my big boy pants, and do some math. So, using the square root of 4, I was able to come up with an equation that damage in relation to bullets is equal to 72 on the Knights. What does this mean? Let me simplify. Substituting the Pythagorean theorem into the 72 damage exponent shows us that in any Resident Evil 4 maneuver, the original handgun versus the Knights is therefore equal and not equal to 0 in 7 different places at once. Still confused? The Knights can be killed with 72 handgun bullets. So basically what I did was use my non-upgraded handgun on the Armadura part in the castle, and I found that it took exactly 36 handgun shots to the chest to uncover the Plaga inside of the Knight's armor, and it took another 36 shots to the chest to finally remove the Knight's soul from this earthly realm. Now, the reason I'm doing all of these mad lad equations is because I need to compare how many door hits a regular castle Ganado guy takes to kill to the amount of bullets he takes to kill, to see how many door hits a Knight should take to completely destroy. So I did this same test on a regular unarmed Castle Ganado, and I found that he took about 13 shots to put down. If an unarmed Castle Ganado takes 13 handgun shots to kill, and a Knight takes 72 shots in total to kill, we can agree that Knights are about 5.5 times as strong as a Ganado, or at least that they have 5.5 times as much health, and therefore should take 5.5 times as long to defeat. So if the Ganado has 100 health, the Knights have 550 health. Let's take it back to the beginning really quick. I chose normal difficulty, of course, to make this challenge as easy on myself as possible, and for the first time in the history of this channel, I chose the costume 2 option for one reason, and one reason only. Ashley's Knight costume. Quite ironic, huh? In order to destroy these Knights, I'll have to become them. I have to throw all my morals out the window, swallow my pride, and become an impenetrable foe. The very thing I swore to destroy. Sorry, merchant, no penetrations today. I had to go back to my old roots, dust off my old door kicking shoes, and I got right to work. Ashley was in training mode. Like I said in my last video, over the past few months I've been slowly training Ashley to become a door slamming pro, and it was up to me to make her the best. A student is only as good as their teacher. As the training was happening in the background, it was time for me to see how many door slams a Ganado could take so that I could compare it to the Knights. After many broken knees and broken dreams, the madman finally fell dead after 24 door kicks, and I desperately held back the urge to pound out a fat dab. I couldn't reward myself until the mission was accomplished and there was a pathetic Knight blubbering at my feet. After doing many math calculations that I won't explain here, I was pretty sure that a Knight would take about 144 door kicks to kill, give or take. But just to be safe, I made sure to keep it closer to 200. But wait, could Ashley even kill a regular Ganado with a door? I didn't want to waste hours of my life on the Knights if all enemies in this area weren't programmed to be killed by a door, so I went straight to work. Luckily, Ashley is completely indestructible in her Knight outfit. Nothing can kill her. So anytime the adventurous boy would grab my throat, I'd just kick him down. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't think this would be possible. The time just kept dragging on, and the persistent man just wouldn't go down without a fight. After many oofs and many goofs, he actually freaking died. Hell yeah! Ashley actually killed a man without burning him alive. I was so freaking proud. You're moving up in the world, kiddo. Congratulations. I finally respect you. After the long nights of training we did together, the months of practice, Ashley finally showed her usefulness and proved to me she could be trusted with murder. But remember, Ashley, this superpower is much too powerful for most mortal men to have. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay. So all of the testing was complete and my body was itching for a fat victory royale. There was only one problem. There were 4 knights to deal with. Not only this, but they could open doors instantly, unlike Ganados who have to knock for a few seconds before busting in.
Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
So many problems, yet so many solutions. First of all, we had to split up the Knight family. Not only this, but we had to pick out the weakest one of the bunch and focus all of our cyberbullying power into the one entity. Hopefully, with enough insults and no use, we could actually get it to kill itself, saving us the trouble and brain power of this challenge. After many unsuccessful attempts, I was finally able to separate one weak knight from the group by closing one of the gates at the perfect moment. And, by the way, the weaker of the 2 knights is the silver knight. The black knights have just a little bit more health or something like that, and they're apparently a little bit faster at attacking. But I was happy to use any advantage I could, no matter how small it was. So I chose the silver knight as the test subject. Also, here was the whole reason I decided to use the knight costume rather than just being normal Ashley. When I stood very close to the door, rather than the knight busting in like CJ into his own house, "You picked the wrong house, fool!" he'd actually swing his axe through the door and try to kill me that way. And yes, if you aren't wearing the armor here, you'll take damage. Anyway, the moment the axe hit me, I'd yeet the door open so hard that the knight would be instantly brought to his knees. Was this working? So I kept going. Door hit after door hit until my fingers bled. Time seemed to move so slowly, but I just didn't stop. I skipped meals and almost killed myself in the process. After what seemed like days, I finally looked at the clock and it had been about 47 minutes of me door slamming with no noticeable change. Oh god, it wasn't looking good. So I did what any sane person would do. I kept slamming the door on handsome Squidward until hopefully the problem was fixed. But unfortunately, the more I door slammed him, the more I felt like the door was doing absolutely nothing. Why is this the only door in the goddamn game that seems to do 0 damage? Is it broken or something?
Give me rent.
You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
What the heck, man? Why would the developers tempt me this much? I mean, I was sure that this was possible the moment I saw that the door could stun the Armadura. Like, bruh, why code this into the game if it ultimately came out useless? These knights almost seemed invincible. Can Ashley kill the knights in Resident Evil 4? Before I answer that and you leave, let me just point out one last thing that really confuses the frick out of me. Researching this video, I found a video by another person on YouTube of them modding Ashley to do attacks. In this video, she big oofs the Ganados and even big oofs the knights, which made me wonder if they really were invincible. I mean, don't get me wrong, the modder could have messed with the knights in some way to make them not invincible, but I doubt it. The only other 2 solutions I could see to this problem is that the wooden door in that room does no damage, which would be weird because why does every other door in the game do damage then, including the vertigo doors when it clearly wasn't meant to be killed that way. Or I just wasn't patient enough and quit too early. I just don't want to be sitting there smacking away for 5 hours with nothing to show for it. So that brings me to how you guys can help. If there are any epic gamers in the audience who can mod games, please figure out a way to simply switch out Ashley with Leon and give him an infinite weapon. Find out if the knights can be killed and tell me in the comments below. Not only this, but I want you to get the knight to its absolute last bit of health if it isn't invincible, and then do a few door kicks to it to see if it dies. If someone can verify this to me with proof, I'll mention you in a future update video of this challenge. At least with the vertigo, I could test out if a door kick would kill it before I wasted hours on it. But because Ashley has no weapons, this is impossible for me to do. Any comments clearing up any of these problems for me is deeply appreciated. One other thing I want to say is that I spent about an hour and a half door slamming the knight. I went well over the 200 door kicks and he just didn't die. And finally, there was one post on the internet that I found about this. It was 10 years ago or something like that. It was 2 or 3 guys discussing it and they ultimately decided that the knights were impossible to kill this way, but I did think it was pretty interesting that 10 years ago this was an idea, like a gaming challenge that people did try to do, which just blows my mind. So, can Ashley kill the knights in Resident Evil 4? From what I experienced in this video, the answer is going to be a big fat no. But that's likely to change with the help of my modder friends in the audience. You know what, Ashley? You suck. I was never proud of you. You were always a disappointment to me. This whole challenge just makes me feel sad. I feel like a man who's been lost in the desert for days, and just across the nearest hill, there's a wonderful oasis full of water and shelter. But the man gives up just feet from the oasis and shrivels up and dies on the hill. But what's the fun in that? Let's end this video on a positive note. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe to me because I make new gaming challenge videos every week. Make sure to click the bell icon or else you pretty well aren't subscribed to me. Just make sure you click that bell. Thanks for watching, check out the other gaming challenge videos on my channel, and I'll see you, thick boys, in my next video.